Now, it's at about this time each episode that we usually have a chat with MLA's Managing Director, David Palmer, and this episode is no different. David, how are you going?
Yeah, good, Darryl. Nice to be here.
Now, I've been impressed today with Gary Hannigan and what Gary's been doing here. Why is it important for MLA to be investing in these kinds of people in the industry?
Well, look, it's very important for the industry to continue to investing in what it does best, but we as a company have got a responsibility to invest in its people, and particularly, young and innovative people who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow, the opinion makers of tomorrow, and lead this industry, into bigger and better and more prosperous outcomes.
Moving to the domestic market, I understand there's a new television commercial about winter beef and casseroles. What's that all about?
Well, it's important to promote the secondary cuts. Some of the loin cuts, the steaks, etc., sort of sell themselves quite well. But to optimise the whole carcass value, it's important to do some work around the secondary area. And casserole is the sort of the destination dinner, if you like, for a family setting in winter, and utilising some great pieces of beef, but tended to be in the past ignored because perhaps the difficulties or the complexities of cooking. So we're trying to take the mystery out of casseroles with a program that centres around the iconic value of beef in a casserole dish suitable for families eating on the weekends. Take a bit of time out to cook a nice meal.
You've just come back from a visit to Korea with Tony Burke, the new Primary Industries Minister. Tell me a bit about that.
The Koreans and the Americans are still embroiled in their own trade talks. And one gets the feeling that too many sensitive agricultural talks happening at once creates difficulties. So we're keen to see the American-Korean deal get ratified, but we need swiftly then to move into gear with our own trade talks. And Minister Burke was very strong in making that point, and I thought what also was good about the trip is that it was an opportunity for industry and government to be seen side by side, as it were, extolling the virtues of a very good market, Korea. It's a $900 million beef market now. It's one that we desperately need some trade reform, and most particularly we need to get our reform similar to the time the Americans get theirs, because we don't want to give them a trade advantage, which they will enjoy, if theirs is ratified too much ahead of ours.
David, it's a new financial year. I understand that 1st of July signalled a refocus in some of the international markets. What's happening there?
Well, this year we're going to introduce a more global approach to ICAs, which is the Industry Collaborative Agreement. We're going to allocate about $2.5 million, which now will allow processors, exporters, to come to us with a good plan, a good program in a particular market. And then if it meets the criteria and there's some obvious industry benefit coming from it, well then we'll match with the program. It's important to keep searching for new markets and new opportunities. So the spread is happening, but the spread will be driven in a number of ways. One is the work that I think we do and the industry does in pioneering new markets, but it's also very dependent on the economic performance of that host market. Strong economies, strong middle class society, they're the linchpins of a successful red meat opportunity.
David Palmer, thanks for joining us once again on Feedback TV.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.